Hiya Lee, thanks for the footage of your swing from both down the line and face on. If we take a little look at some of the things that could be causing the shot that you're experiencing, in other words, a little bit of inconsistency and a pull to the left. Now I'm presuming, looking at this, a lot of the inconsistencies coming from both direction and strike. From down the line we've got a pretty good setup position, make a nice move away from the golf ball and swing it into a pretty good position there at the top. From face on, from a good setup again, there's just a touch too much movement into your right side during the backswing. I prefer to see you stay a little bit more centered on it. We can see here as we take the club away, if I just illustrate it with a line down the center of your body, you're going to see that during the backswing we drift to the right of that line. Now during the downswing we're going to have to move back across. If we don't, we're going to contact the ground slightly behind the ball, causing a fat shot or a little bit of a thin, depending on how you react, and also a pull to the left. And the reason we pull to the left is because when we swing in a circle, and when we drift to the right in the backswing and don't get back, that circle moves to the right also, and you can see then that as you're striking the ball, the club is actually working a little bit too much to the left. So your ability to stay centered during your backswing is going to assist you in making solid contact and policing the path of the golf club. Having said that, if we also look at something else that you do from down the line, as you're coming into impact, we can see that the club again traces a nice path. But at this point now we get a little bit stuck underneath it, right shoulder hanging back, not necessarily face on. It's almost like you're trying to keep the club on the inside because of the move you've made off the ball during the backswing. So as you move to the right, it makes it more difficult to get the club to come from the inside when it matters just before impact. As a result, we try and keep it inside by manipulating the body, and then from there we tend to see the club being thrown away from us and the arms rotating over a little bit too much. If we contrast that to what we see here with Stuart Appleby just to the right of you, we can see again a nice takeaway, good solid top of the backswing position. He's now going to get much more on top of it with the body early in the downswing. So we can see there now as he's coming into delivery, his shoulders are a little bit more squared up. As a result, the club and the arms are going to work a little bit more left on the way down with a low exit, as opposed to being thrown away from you and having quite an high exit as the club leaves your body almost through your neck, as opposed to just below the left shoulder, again like we see with Appleby. So staying a little bit more centered would allow you to come from the inside by default, rather than you trying to manipulate the body to get the club on the inside. We've then got a misunderstanding about what actually controls the golf ball. If we just clear this off now from face on and watch the way you come into the golf ball, there's a little bit of a tendency to want to release the golf club. You can see there quite a lot of forearm rotation as you come through. Now as you close the club face down like that and you're trying to hit the ball with a square of club face, the ball's going to tend to start off a little bit too much to the left. Understanding ball flights, essentially, one of the things that's been misinterpreted in the past is that it's the path of the club that starts the ball off and it's the blade of the club that puts the curve on the ball. That's actually incorrect. The ball starts in the general direction of the club face and then curves away from the path. So if we've got a club face that's releasing, we stand a good chance of pulling it down the left hand side, or even worse, hooking it. If we watch this footage here, you can see as the player comes into impact, he's much more leading with the handle of the club, and the hand action is very, very quiet. Leading with the handle, very non-wristy coming through, and you can see as a result the body keeps moving better through the hitting area. As someone who's moved from 3 to 6 in a short period of time, I think I'd be looking to make some quite important changes in your technique, and the position we should start is by first of all making a more centered backswing. This can be achieved a number of ways. I'd suggest hitting a few shots with your right leg completely straight. This acts like a prop, stops you drifting off the ball, gives you a lovely feeling of staying centered during the backswing, and moving forward during the downswing. So that's your backswing taken care of. What I then look to do in the through swing is more like we see here on the far right, and that is concentrate on leading with a handle, keeping the hands quiet. So key thought for you in the downswing is no release. That's going to produce at worst a push to the right, and in time, as you improve your ability to stay centered and move forward, you're going to learn to draw that ball back to your target without worrying about that ball going too much to the left. Good luck with it. Feel free to forward me some little bit of footage and I'll give you a recap at some point. Well done and good luck.